Always spitting that explosive fire. Turn that shit up.
Yo, pardon the interruption, but we got a special announcement from a family member in the building. Actually, two family members in the building. We got Nick and Ashley from Black Forge Coffee House in the building. They got some real good shit going on. What up with y'all?
Some news. What's good with you peoples?
Hey.
What's going on, guys?
Oh, we gonna put the horns in? Is it hornable?
Exclusive.
Yeah, so Black Forge got some good shit going on. Let the people know.
We do. Hopefully not hopefully, it's really looking like it. We're probably going to be opening a second location in McKees Rocks.
Yeah, no, man. Shout out to the Rocks, man. Shout out to 412 Brewing out there, Abjurations out there and whatnot. I mean, I got family that grew up in the Rocks, so that's near and dear to my heart. So
That's
I'm
awesome.
excited for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we people have been coming out of the woodwork. Every day that I work at the coffee shop, people are like, "I'm from the Rocks. We're so excited.
Yeah.
We're so excited." They're just like pumped that something's happening
It's been
over
really
there.
cool.
Say that? People show up like, I'm from the Rock.
Yo, man, the Rocks don't get enough
I'm not
love,
from here.
man.
I was asking.
The Rocks don't get enough love, man.
The excited part isn't about them being from the Rocks. It's about us coming to the Rocks.
Yeah. I mean, this is breakfast sandwich spot. I can never remember the name, but it's the best breakfast sandwich in Pittsburgh. But like, it's like
You need to find out that name.
it's like right on that main
It
drag or
parallels
whatever.
so well with coffee.
Yo, it's right on that main drag, and it's like a hoagie, and they had the Mancini's buns or whatever, and like it's a whole like 12-inch hoagie with the big ass sausage patties and the egg and the whole nine or whatever, and they cut it. It's like a meal for two for like $10 or some shit like that.
The best commercial for an anonymous company.
Right? I'm just saying.
Everybody wants to go there and they
but
can't.
You're looking at Rocks. You're looking at the Rocks. You got a breweries. You have two breweries opened up around there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you got comedy and the theaters going on down there and there. You got breakfast sandwiches, and now you got like a coffee shop opened up. Like, I mean, that's a nice little, little area popping off down there.
Yeah, they've been really great. We've met with the CDC over there, and they have like this awesome plan of what they want to do with that area. And the Roxy Theater is supposed to be opening up this winter, and Hollywood Music's over there, and there's a lot of band practice spaces over there. So I feel like what we're trying to do would be very welcome to that music and art culture that isn't spewing out just yet.
Yeah, if we get the place open, we were looking at anywhere from like 100 to 200 people. So like we could have like double to quadruple the venue space compared to what we do in downtown.
I don't know if anybody listening has ever been to Black Forge. I'm sure quite a few have, but if you haven't, that space is dope as shit. We've had so many events down there. It's one of my favorite, because it's intimate and like the stage is cool, the artwork is cool, the coffee is cool. It was a BYOB, atmosphere, whatever, and it was it's such an eclectic like mix of like events and whatnot. You aren't getting the same, here and there or whatever. And it's that huge push of like you're supporting local. That was a huge thing. Like there's local talent here. Let's put that out there. Right. And one of the things is like one of the drawbacks is that like as many people as want to come, you could only fit so many people. Like, and you had a dope ass show with like a capacity. What is your capacity now? Like
49.
I was about to I say about 30 to 40, like whatever. And now you're about to like quadruple that?
Yeah, we're so excited.
We can upgrade our equipment. We can upgrade the size of our stage, upgrade the lights. And this building that we're looking at is
It's incredible.
yeah, it's going to be crazy. So we're going to be able to do our own roasting there. So we'll have like our own coffee roasting.
Okay.
We're going to do our own baking. We're going to do our own cooking. So we'll actually have like in-house
shit.
food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
y'all cooking it because everything else right now, like I know, like what you get your coffee from Zeke's,
it's a
or
level up.
whatever, and then like you have a bunch of local businesses that will bring by different
And we're still totally going to work with them and still carry out that because we stay very true to helping local. I mean, we're all in this together, right? So but it's definitely the time for us to take control of our product and be the creative people that we want to be. And it's really important to us and like be inspired by what music is playing. We can design a roast off of like this band and like today I feel like making pentagram pizzas and donuts, so I'm gonna do that today because we can. That's
because
make everything just bananas.
Yeah, they get real weird with
Everything bananas. So,
Everything bananas.
How can people help? Like, how can we help this happen? Because we need this to happen. Like, we've seen it, in Allentown. It spread like motherfucking wildfire, and so we need to take that to the rock. So how can people help out?
Well, we are actually in the middle of a Kickstarter campaign. We're just over about 50% funded right now. Unfortunately, I don't have like a direct link that I can give your listeners, but if they find our social media or they find our website, it's all linked through that stuff. Just search Black Forge Coffee House, or you want to search on Kickstarter, just search for Black Forge and it'll come up as the first one. We've been on the top of a lot of their lists. Like we were pretty high on the music one. We were the number one on the magic listing for some reason.
We're listed as one of the projects they love, and we're just like, what?
Yeah, like magic, like magicians, or magic like the game, like
magic, like we're magical.
Oh, okay.
I like when women say shit like that. She said that. And then she let that eyebrow dip a little bit.
Oh, you ain't know.
But yeah, I mean, like, so that if we raise that, that's 10% down for all of our lending, and we are buying this building. This is this is going to be our headquarters. This is where everything's going to happen. We bought room to grow into. There's a whole huge basement that we're planning on doing a ton of stuff with.
Yeah, it's roughly around 6,500 square feet. And then
parking.
We'll have offices.
A parking lot.
That's a lot of square feet.
Yeah, and we'll have offices. So that's really awesome. That's always been a dream of mine to have like my little desk with cute little things on it.
I would imagine the first thing you put in your office is a bed, because I'd imagine with this new startup,
we'll get a couple hammocks in there.
Yeah, you're gonna be basically living there.
There's a straight up vault in the basement that at some point in time they carpeted.
Yeah.
So it's super, like we're gonna turn it into a green room, but it's like really roomy in there.
When you say green room,
they carpeted the vault.
Yeah.
when you say green room, do you mean?
It can be
interpreted. I'm not walking to no vault. I saw Harlem Nights.
There's no
I know
door.
what the fuck they do with people in vaults.
They took the door off. It's walking.
Don't worry, we won't lock you in there.
Yeah, I was wondering the type of green we gonna have in that room. But we'll wait PA laws to.
Whoa! We're trying to get them funded.
Shout out to Pittsburgh.
Fund us even more now.
Shout out to Pittsburgh Normal. Yeah, I mean, there was meetings and whatnot. You guys have been proponents of that and whatnot. I mean, let's be out here, right? Black Forge is no stranger to being spoken out, like in your beliefs and whatnot. And I appreciate that. Like, it's not just a venue. Yeah, I mean, this is not just a couple of people trying to make a dollar. This is a movement. Yeah, I mean, and like we owe a lot of our success to, the collaboration we've been able to do with you guys, like the events and whatnot. And I've seen that space grow outside of just like, this isn't just coffee and some music from here and there. Like this is almost like a revolution type thing. I mean, you guys are going to be on shortly for the podcast, and we'll get deeper into all of that, because I mean, shit, I still want to talk about fucking Trump. But again, this is like I said, when we stop the presses for this, it's because these are good people doing great things, and we're looking forward to seeing what you guys do, and hopefully this DP bump helps you guys, because I can't wait to see it, man.
Thank you. Guys.
So support Black Forge, because it's a movement, and we're going to ask you, let the people know where they can find you. If they're not familiar, they need to get familiar.
Yeah.
And they need to contribute to this Kickstarter. So
it's blackforgecoffee.com and blackforgepgh on all of our social media.
All right. Yeah. So listen, y'all got the DP stamp for real.
Yeah.
This is family for real. So when I say this, when I say the tag, you already know it's real, because Drinking Partners is the crew, Epicast is the family, Black Forge is family. So support, and we out of here.
You heard it here first. Another exclusive track. Right now.
All right, you're asking for it, so here it is. Listen to this.
I want you fucking laughing at we partners pod, kid. You understand?
You ready, Sean Steves?
I'm ready, dude. Do it to it.
All right, here we go. All right, welcome to the 172nd episode of the Drinking Partners podcast. Yes, this is our Dan Dierdorf episode, because I don't know who the fuck he is. I think he was an NFL analyst, but I tell you what, he's from Ohio, and guess who's in the NBA motherfucking finals? The Cavs, baby.
Yeah.
We gonna win game 2 because we got cheated out of game 1. This is all Ohio cast, at least on my end.
Wild shit.
And you know we got cheated when a motherfucker from Pittsburgh feels for, sympathizes with the fact that we got cheated, but it's all right. Brian gonna drop another nickel on these, double nickel, whatever the fuck. We're gonna kill it, man. Like shout out to Dan Dierdorf, Hall of Fame offensive tackle. So again, always on the front lines like we like to do. And he parlayed a career in the media. You know what I mean? He went from one thing, parlayed it to another, and he got a weird ass last name. Like he's got a last name where you try to figure out his ethnicity. Like, like you'd be at the house with your wife, like, what is he? Polish? I am half of your host of Tandem, Ed Bailey. I'm joined as always with my co-host Dave Bracey. Say what up to the people.
What's good with you people? We are the Drinking Partners. If you're looking for us, you can find us on epicastnetwork.com/partnerspod. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Libsyn, and Google Play.
We Googleable.
Under Drinking Partners. You can find us on IG, Twitter, and Facebook at PartnersPod. 172 episodes, man. We've been asking y'all, and we will continue to ask you, man. Please hop on iTunes, rate and review. That's how we know what we're doing well. That's how we let others know that we're doing well. And that's how we continue to do well. So please hop on iTunes, rate and review.
Listen, you love us. You see us in public. You tell us that you love us. Now, at the click of a button, please just tell the internet, tell the world. You know what I mean? And as always, in lieu of rates and reviews, we will accept shots of Henny. Shout out to Car Guy DJ. Indeed. And the Conways for starting the trend. And our guests for furthering that trend. Like our guests brought us shots of Henny. And you guys got to realize,
I can't believe more people don't do that.
They sell shots of Henny at the Wine and Spirits. You got to get them. They don't put them on the shelf though.
It's actually from Ohio.
Yeah, they don't put them on the shelf. They Hennessy?
Yeah, it came from Ohio, man.
Okay, well, fuck it. Browns, Cleveland Browns. Listen, all y'all got to do is put a bottle of Hennessy on the side of y'all helmets. We'll win. Just have a logo on the fucking helmets. Put a logo on there. It could be a bottle of Hennessy. But yeah, man, we want to shout out everybody who supports us. And if you show love, we show love back. Just like we'll read your review on the podcast, like this one here, titled "Love This Podcast." We love you too, by Twog00, which could be a bot, could not be a bot. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what Twog means to double O. I don't know, but
no, that's 2G, man.
2G?
Yeah.
2G double O?
Yeah, 2G goo. Shout out to 2G double O.
Oh, okay, you got 2G double O. Why not capitalize the G? If you a G, capitalize your G. When I see the G, if you talking about OG, if you gangster, bro, capitalize that G. Yeah. Step your G up, fam. Yeah, but 2G double O, okay.
That was a player foul.
Okay, they crip walking on our reviews. 2G crip walking in the reviews, baby.
That was a player foul.
Nah.
Capitalize your G.
We got to get Trey D on the podcast so we can talk about the 2G double O. Got me sounding crazy, but listen. 2G reads, this podcast is refreshing and funny. You will learn and laugh a lot. A must listen to for sure. Yeah, man, and that's what this episode is. You're definitely gonna learn. I know we looking at all this shit on the table. I'm trying to learn a lot.
This is like half of what's on my desk at any given time.
And we just enjoy on this podcast learning while drinking. Like we're really learning. Like we really don't know a lot of the shit that about the people we interviewing. Like we really learning.
Man, I'm drinking.
Okay, well it's cool. Whatever.
One partner.
Either or, baby. Either or. You feel me? And so now I'm learning. He's drinking, but that's why we always got a guest on the couch because they support.
Gumball is fucking hilarious, man.
I'm on my ass for drinking part. That's how we gonna open each episode. Like y'all don't miss out, man. Definitely come out support. We doing it for the city, man.
Truth,
come
man.
Out, show love.
Especially, I mean, speaking of the city, we putting this Fresh Fest together August 11th down at Threadbare. We've got 20 plus local brewers going to be showing out. We've got DG, BG, Hitchhiker, Apis, Voodoo, and a few folks collaborating with local black artists and entrepreneurs for unique collaborations at the Brew Festival, man. So these is going to be some one-offs. We're going to have some can releases. It's going to be a nice. It's going to be a nice time, man. We're going to have, like I said, 20 local brewers, and then we're going to have 10 to 15 national black brewers coming in to show representation. I mean, from around the country. So it's going to be a lot of booze and a lot of us.
A lot of us running around. Me, at some point, I plan on being J.R. Smith and not having a shirt on. That's really my goal. So please make it a night so enjoyable that I take my shirt off in public. That's the goal, man.
Yeah, man. This representation matters. So we want to show out and provide a nice space for people to come in and mingle. Black folks, white folks, in between folks. I get a lot of that. Like people are like, are white people allowed there? I'm like,
white people. Hey, listen, do you understand how far we've come in America?
We've been where you're at. I think
that's how far we've come. Our white people. Can we put? We should have put that on the t-shirts. We should have put that on the t-shirts. Are white people allowed? It's a question that's never been asked.
We could drink from the same tap.
Yeah. Honestly, it's not even just for beer enthusiasts, man. It's just for fun lovers. Like that's what we are. We love to enjoy ourselves. Craft beer always, it supports us in what we do, and it helps in an enjoyable time.
Yeah,
we're just trying to create a vibe.
Yeah, and bringing that black vibe, man. Like diversity and different voices in the industry make an industry better. I mean, that's just how that works. So like, having that and having the keys to an industry. I mean, to how to get into that, and and providing the space and the dialogue, within the city. So and these communities. So I mean, like this, hopefully this goes a long way. I mean, I've been talking to some of the brewers and collaborators recently. I mean, we've got some dope stuff coming up. Man.
We got some. I've heard some of the ideas. Like I'm trying to stay surprised. Like I want to be pleasantly surprised. I don't want no green bean casserole beer. No green bean casserole beer. So there will be no day collaborations.
Yeah, no. But Trouble be down there. Ooh, with the Bridge the Gap. Mm-hmm. This is so anyway, if you're looking for tickets, man, you want to come down, support, you can find that at freshfestbeerfest.com, man. August 11th down at Threadbare. Best collaboration gets a Wiggle Barrel, man.
Wiggle whiskey. Yeah, that means a lot more to the collaborator. Everybody's like, what would I do with a barrel? Well, you don't brew beer. That's a gold mine that we giving to you. And so come down, see us in person, man. See us live and direct, and that transitions directly to our guest because you don't have to be in the building for him to make it a situation where you see the people live and direct. Like I know Epicast makes us look really good, but they don't make us in virtual reality. They don't do it. Yeah, I mean that's the next step. Yeah, I mean, but we got our guests in the building. We got Sean Steezy in the building,
yes,
CTO of Pro Digital VR in the building. Say what up to the people.
What's up, people? How's it going? Thank you for having me, guys.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for setting up.
We got 3 VR cameras recording this session. So hopefully we'll put it into an app and put it on our website, prodigitalvr.com /drinking partners. We'll do that. We'll make an app out of this. You can switch between the cameras and stuff. And, if you want to be on Ed's side or Dave's side.
You know you want to be on my side.
Yeah, we'll keep track of that with analytics or something and see what's going on.
Yeah, camera come from? Okay,
a little friendly competition or something.
No, it's crazy because I was in that camera seat like when you recorded the first time. Yeah, and I put it on and like I was in the room.
It is, man. It puts you there.
I looked around like Buzzy was it like walking by and shit. I was in it, and I looked over and I was like in the room with myself. Like
it was crazy, right? Out of body experience, man.
Scary.
That's some weird
in a way.
Shit.
Yeah,
it almost feels like I'm setting myself up to get arrested. I got to check before we get this website to go live. Let me just check on the internet.
It felt like some Matrix shit.
We'll just go to AlleghenyCourts.com, check some dockets, make sure some things are clear.
We'll just blur this dude out.
Like some Total Recall shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's about to turn left. It was mad.
It is, man. You got to be careful, man.
Yeah, shout out for the shots of Henny. This is
indeed, man. Try to come bring gifts.
Do your cameras, do they track like how the Henny goes through my system?
Not yet. We're getting there, man.
I would love to see that.
Got the heat sensors, the infrared.
Yeah, dude. Some LiDAR, right? Yeah.
So tell the people about Pro Digital VR, man. How did it start?
Right.
What exactly do you guys do?
Well, I guess it started a while back when I'm always on the computer, man. I'm always coding or doing something, trying to make stuff. I'm always in the creative endeavors. And I spend so much time on that thing. My wife is like, you got to do something. You have to make something, put something out there. Quit dorking around with these little projects that don't even see the light of day. Put something out there. So I wrote some code in like 2014 centered around interaction in VR and stuff. And I put it on the Unity asset store. So we use a program called Unity to make our stuff. And I put it out on that store and it sold a lot. And I got calls from people all over the world. Czechoslovakia, we helped somebody with machine vision in VR. We did startups.
You answered that call?
Oh yeah, man.
You went international.
We did, and so I'm just helping people out because they found me through this code I wrote, and they're like, "Yo, how do we set this up this way?" It was for like saws or something. If you're in like an industrial environment, and you get near a saw, it'll stop. But they had people like walking through a maze in VR with the saws in VR, but they weren't really saws in real life. But we did other stuff with brainwaves. But just like people were coming to me, so I was like, I need a company to deal with this. And so I set up Pro Digital VR.
So wait, because this sounds so next level that it don't even sound like a startup. Like, what are you dorking around on the computer doing to where all of a sudden people from Czechoslovakia is hitting you up?
Fine, man. Like the first piece of code I wrote was like a gaze detection. So when you're in VR and you got the little headset on, you know, you want to look at something. You look at an object, and then it's going to have a timer on it, and it'll trigger that object. Okay, like you want to open a door or something.
Wrong. I heard that all wrong.
It's crazy. But, yeah, so that was just real simple. There was nothing like it at the time, and it blew up. And I could have probably charged like $10, $20 more for it, but I did not. But
yeah, I've played around with it a little bit. I got my phone.
Yeah,
I got
the gear,
Samsung
like a gear.
Oh, you got the
whatever.
little
yeah,
dip? Okay.
like, that's how I watch the video or whatever.
Yep.
But I still like the only thing I like, because I don't ever like download the shit, like the real shit.
Yeah.
I just get the free shit, so it all look like bad Nintendo games. They're not even like
man.
the fun. Like it's just it's like it's just bad.
It's tough. Yeah, man. Like at least you tried it. A lot of people don't get that far. Just write it off, but
that would be me.
Yeah,
I'm guilty.
a lot of it's like performance issues on mobile phones. You can't have awesome graphics, which is like that's tough. So you have to make it work first, and then make it look good after. But like with these other headsets, we got like Rift here. These are this is the good stuff there.
That's the good shit.
We got a Windows mixed reality headset.
Are we putting this on?
All this, if you want, but it's not going to do anything. You can try it out and look like a goofball. But,
I mean, look, if we keep drinking this mindful along with the Hennessy by the end of the podcast, you will see photographs with Day and I both in virtual reality headsets, just looking at a table in 2D, like. But it's cool because it seems like the type of industry where you can't shortcut. Like you aren't affected by the pirating because it's not the same quality. Like you could probably steal or take some free app and use it, but you're not going to get that same quality. Yeah, a lot of people try
that kind of stuff, but you got to really put a lot of effort into making it work smoothly because people get sick in VR if it's not the frame rate's not real high. You'll get sick. Your brain is not smart enough to realize you're in VR. It thinks you're doing this stuff in real life. So when we set up Grand Theft Auto in VR, when you flip your car in that game, you're not actually flipping your car in real life, but your brain thinks you are, and you'll get a headache, man. It feels like a hangover, like really bad for like 45 minutes. It's the worst. Sim sickness. So
Grand
that's like
Theft Auto in
VR. Yeah,
that sounds.
In like the
first
person.
If you get shot, do I look down at my stomach and look
you
shot?
See your body? Yeah, I mean it's sweet, but you'll get a headache if you don't close your eyes when you're flipping your car or rolling or something like that.
Wow.
So
crazy.
when you try to merge it with an already established piece of technology, with Grand Theft Auto, for example, when you're playing the game, if you get shot and you're just playing on your big screen, your body's just shot. Now, when you merge it, you don't now all of a sudden have to.
You don't feel any of that. So
you don't feel it. But I'm just saying, does the visual change at all as far as what?
Well, in the game, it's just running whatever the game is running. Okay. You just have the headset on, so you're in first person in Grand Theft Auto mode, and you look down and you'll have the little blood splatters.
So I'm a step ahead.
But they're getting there with the vests. They have haptic vests where you actually feel bullet shots.
I don't want to do
all that kind of stuff.
I don't understand why you would want to do that.
Gloves and stuff like that. Yeah, they're making leaps and bounds, but it's still so new. The industry's so new.
Could you imagine
still
playing
figuring out how it
Halo
works.
or some shit like that, or what's the Call of Duty shit where dudes be on the internet and they be stupid nice, and you just be walking and pow, you going
right in the shoulders.
Dude,
I just getting hit with a bunch of paintballs in my living room. Fuck out of here. No, miss me with all that.
No,
it's too much. It's a lot. It's a lot to put on, man.
I would fuck with that though. I would definitely game with it. I mean, it's a lot though. I feel like when I get old, I'm gonna get back into gaming. You know what I'm saying? I'm too busy right now working and shit like that.
Yeah.
But when I get a little older, man, I might have a little bit of time to get back into these little motherfuckers' asses.
It's gonna be crazy though, because in the future, when we're older, these 360 cameras are gonna be capturing our memories, and when you take a picture, you're actually inside that photo. So when you're older, people start getting Alzheimer's and stuff. You can experience that raw feeling.
Well, that sounds way back when. That sounds like some first 48
that
shit.
Sound like some Black Mirror shit.
It gets
cool
it can get
on that.
dystopian pretty quick, man.
Wait, they're capturing memories?
I'm still
pretty
cool
much,
with looking at
this stuff.
A prom picture where it was in my prom pictures,
you
real
actually
shit.
Be there.
They took a picture and I went to prom a long time ago. That's when y'all used to get the Kodak and you take them to CVS. So it's pictures taken with the Kodak CVS, but my dad is in the pictures taking the Polaroids with the. And I'm cool cool with just seeing that. Like, I don't need to be in there,
Like,
see the whole
inside that experience,
surroundings. A lot of crimes are going to be solved with these photographs.
Yeah.
I do want to get into gaming, though, with the sports game, and I feel like that 3D atmosphere would be dope if they can create that atmosphere of the arena.
Well, they're doing a lot
like
with basketball, man. There's a company called Next VR that's actually filming the games in VR. You can watch them. Like, you can be on the court side watching the boy dunk on people all day.
The thing is, though, is that, like, it's at least the one that I have is like kind of heavy, so I get like fatigued after.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I could watch a whole
game. You ain't got a strong neck?
It ain't even the neck.
No, a lot
it's
of
like
people, that's
it's not
problem,
the neck.
man.
It's like right in your head, like up here, like your eyes, kind of like it's like muscles that.
I mean, you have like a 2-pound brick on your face. Yeah, it's not comfortable.
Like your
really.
face muscles aren't meant to hold shit. Other than the smile, like that's probably.
So they're gonna have some virtual reality Ray-Bans in like 2035.
That's what I'm saying. Like, are they getting lighter,
like
or are they gonna?
Yeah. So like, this is a small form factor, but these ones, this is like the gear. This is like a new gear, so it's like super light. It's not really made out of plastic. It's got like fabric and stuff.
It's got a little weight to it.
Yeah. Some of these are like the more modern generation, but there's gonna be another one coming out. These are like Nintendo's still, man. We're still in Nintendo phase. We're not even at Super Nintendo yet with VR.
Really?
It's still like, we just got past Atari. Now we're into like Nintendo. And there you go.
But
looking good over there.
You can affect so much. So we were focused on gaming, but I feel like the larger strides will be made in other realms. Like you're talking about
more,
civil engineers and shit like that, being able to walk in, or like
we do a lot of that, man, to help people out, inspect buildings and stuff like that with VR before it's even built. Like a lot of our work is with construction people, architects, realtors and stuff like that.
I was just about to say realtors because I'm house hunting, and I'm like, if I can throw on a pair of glasses and just do a virtual tour where
you would tell those baseboards are moldy or whatever it is, like you'd be able to know, save yourself a lot of time.
Listen, if you ever house hunting and they show a picture of just the exterior, like any houses that only have like 6 pictures and it's all outside, don't visit that motherfucker. They don't show the bedrooms for a reason. Like niggas don't show the bath. They don't show that.
It's much like online dating, man. It is. Like if it's all from one angle, man, don't trust it. Get some recent.
Yeah,
ones.
you can't hide in VR.
All
man.
shoulders up.
Yeah, they'll catfish you on a house. Like,
I got catfished on the crib. The exterior was nice. The yard looked like it was nice. I went there. It was old tires in the yard.
Like, you put gas money into that.
The fucking kitchen floor had sunken in. I'm like, how did you come up with this price point? You ain't got shit in this joint. You ain't got the walls, mirrors, nothing. But they
could if they would have gotten themselves a 360 camera, man. It would save you a lot of time.
I would like to walk through
man.
360. So like, where do you?
We have a video of a home tour that's up in West Virginia that we did.
Okay,
like a $400,000 house. You just walk. It's a video, so it plays, and you kind of just look at the pictures. But you turn your head behind you, you're seeing what's behind you. You look up, you look down. You can see the whole thing.
So my price point on my search ain't where it is yet.
No, man.
Doing it. I gotta get the 400,000. That's when you get the virtual tours.
if you're a realtor and you don't have a 360 camera, man, you're doing it wrong.
In my price range, you just get it on FaceTime.
I don't think they want. Yeah, some of those they don't even want a picture on there at all. I think it's like. I'd rather not just take my word for it. And
so with your company now being in this industry, do you find that people like? I guess they find certain niches where it's like, all right, we kind of concentrate on this thing. So we'll focus on working with realtors, et cetera. We'll focus on gaming, et cetera.
That's a smart thing to do in business, but that's not what we're doing really. Like a lot of people tell you, just focus on one thing and do that well. But we're kind of like an agency where we just I can do anything on the computer, man. So I can put you anywhere in VR. You want to be on the court with LeBron, y'all can do that. We set that up. If somebody wants to, whatever you want to do, you can do it.
What about the sim shit, man? Is like motherfuckers doing like the sim shit? Like, are they getting into these virtual?
I think
what is
you guys remember Second Life? Do you ever hear about that?
Life shit?
They're coming up with a VR thing. They got something in the works. They're cooking it up.
Because a lot of them motherfuckers, you look at them, I'm telling you, man, it's Black Mirror shit.
It
like,
is,
you get a whole nother society.
You talking about the Netflix show?
You want to get crazy, man.
They did the one season. It started out in England. I think it's still an English show.
Me and my wife watched.
I think it's on Netflix.
Shout out to Europe for the shows they be putting together that we be catching late. Them shits be dope.
Yeah, Europe does great shows and they know how to end them early. Like they'll do 2 good seasons.
Get up out of there.
Maybe a third and be out.
Man.
I mean, like
we done at the climax.
Yeah, they
not
America do
overstroking.
like 12, 13, a reunion.
Oh, you talking about the Kardashians?
Celebrity
Love and
edition.
Hip Hop. They done raised their kids. They started off as pregnant. Now they in the 5th grade and shit. You're like, come on, man. I'm tired of watching Lil Scrappy ain't had a song since you ain't never ever. You know, like why the fuck is Lil Scrappy still on Love and Hip Hop? Who the fuck is Lil Scrappy?
He spent all his money.
You know what? The real shit.
Watch the train wreck, man.
I probably take a Love and Hip Hop. I take a season on Love and Hip Hop. I walk around with a VR camera.
Yeah.
Are y'all moving into the porn scene?
No, man.
It's just
No,
alright.
my wife explicitly told me not to even get into that, but it is an industry,
I
right?
don't want to
say-
disrespect your wife in any way. shape,
No.
or form.
Well, not your company. I'm talking about VR in general.
But,
It's that they're waiting. They're saying that that's going to be the big break. That's where VR is going to be
that's what
adopted.
the
But
internet
I've
is.
seen videos
Porn
of.
built the internet.
I've
all the
seen.
advances and like all these technologies and
There's-
shit. It's the
oh,
military and porn.
Yep.
Those are the 2
billion-dollar industries.
I mean,
Yes,
like-
it's there. I've
Has
seen
porn even
videos,
stepped
man.
it up from a.
Oh yeah, they're there.
Porn is
They're
on the cutting
there.
edge of everything.
Okay.
If you could do
He's
it
not lying,
digitally,
man.
you could do it in porn. And
I'm
and
just asking,
There,
like, it
there's
just-
Oh, it's-
motherfuckers in Silicon Valley and the Pentagon are the 2 motherfuckers in America
Yep.
that got that cutting edge video technology.
That's what I was gonna say. Like it just seems like an
porn,
industry
man.
where they don't even gotta make advancements. They're just like, look, we giving you sex on screen.
Yeah, it's
right?
great.
Yeah, we
There's-
can
they're
make the
doing-
cameras a
yeah.
little better, but
They're getting super weird with it, man. Like they're getting really dystopian, real Black Mirror, real quick. They have real life. It's like the person has a 360 camera and they're like humping a doll, and then you're like watching it in VR, and it's some weird stuff, man. It's getting a little bit out there, man.
But like The Sims,
It's like real- there's
what's
a
gonna
name for it.
What's going to happen when you can just walk around? Like you can just put on a headset and you can just
Oh,
walk
man.
around and live somebody. Because like
So-
you look at it, you figure like the Kardashians, right? And that's a nice theme because what a lot of people do is just watch other people live.
Yeah.
like that's what reality TV is.
Be
Just
Truman
watch
I was
Show,
just watching
man.
the Truman Show. I was just watching it
live.
yesterday.
And I'm like,
Nice.
yo, like, what
Yeah.
happens when like you could really just plug in to a
You could
Kardashian?
be another
like
body,
you put
man.
like a little dot on somebody's shoulder,
Well,
and then you just walk around with them all the time. And like now you ain't even gotta leave the fucking house.
It's-
You just leave the house
it's
whenever you
wild,
gotta do
man.
something productive, or you shut down when you gotta fucking like. You know what I
scared
mean?
of that,
Like,
It gets real dystopian because the real nasty view is people are going to use that. They get a 10 by 10 apartment. They pay $200 a month. You just put those VR goggles in. You live in a mansion now.
Yeah,
So it's like
they don't leave.
they're going to
I've
use it to
seen
shut
that-
out their own
I've
reality
seen that
at some
happen,
point.
man, especially
Yeah.
with that Second Life shit.
It's
man.
scary.
Like,
Yeah,
That's scary.
motherfuckers
It
are
can
cool
get
just being in a closed off space.
It's a
like,
slippery slope, man.
And
So
But-
the real estate industry is trending towards just selling efficiencies. And
It
you
could,
just
yeah.
VRing and
It-
living
yeah.
with the Kardashians, but you just live
My
in
future
efficiency.
prediction is that prediction is that you'll just plug in, like you'll go into a building, log in for a month. They'll put you in a closet-sized room, put you up to a food IV, and you got all your vitals like measured, and they just plug you into VR, and you're just there for like a month.
And you
That's
just
like
your
how it's
life
gonna
is
be.
just a game where
It's just
you
gonna
walk
be.
around.
You're gonna be Matrix style. It's gonna be like that, man. I'm telling you.
you just fake play tennis.
Like, look how they're
in the tennis
living,
court.
and
Nah,
yeah, like
shit.
Well, I mean,
You
yeah.
you
Or-
a part of this. You talking about
Hey,
you a part of this. You
you
brought
gotta
all these
be-
fucking
the
Ray
thing,
Bans and
man.
all this shit here.
So the reason VR is awesome because it's an empathy machine, right? People talk about it being, so immersive that you can really put yourself in another person's shoes.
Yeah.
And that kind of does have benefits when it comes to raising awareness for a certain subject. We work with some people at a women's shelter and veterans where you can use VR to treat PTSD. You can use it to, help people with therapy and stuff like that. So there's a lot of ways to use it for good, and it's also very slippery slope down into like an uncanny valley where you're using it to block out your own reality, So
Yeah, so coming
it
in
can go
like,
either way.
So I mean, everything in moderation, though. I mean, let's just be like, yeah,
And,
I mean, yes,
yeah,
that's the
they're gonna
dystopian,
be-
that's the whatever. Yeah, I mean, just like crack kills and cocaine kills and all the
Exactly.
Nah,
drugs
don't do
kill.
any crack. Don't do crack in moderation is no crack.
You got to try everything once, man. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying. Don't try crack.
I'm kidding. Please don't. Oh,
I've tried a lot of things. Don't try crack. But try this. Speaking of drugs, try this Bloke's BPA, man. From
it is delicious,
Mindful, man. This is a Belgian pale ale from Mindful, man.
I gotta get the story behind the name.
It's a
because you used to do Jokes, Blokes, and Beaver.
That was the first show that I produced.
Yeah,
Jokes, Blokes, and Beaver.
What the fuck is Blokes?
British people, man.
British folk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it is? It's like a shortening of British folk, and it's just put it together.
I don't know how.
I don't know. That sounds pretty smooth.
British folk don't translate to blokes.
British folks, man.
But I know that British.
What about the F? Where's
it.
the F?
It's silent.
When I was like, that's a word that they use. I don't know.
That's
cool. But it had a rhyme and rhythm to it.
We just need one of our listeners to tell us what blokes means.
Or where did it come from?
We'll get it from Mindful, but that beer is good as shit, especially with the Henny.
Delicious.
Like,
I know, right?
I'm loving this. I'm loving this craft, and like it's blending into my lifestyle. Now it's nice, weird though. So now, are you conflicted at times with the people who contact you to?
Oh yeah, we do have to turn down. So somebody wanted to like have an experience of domestic violence. They wanted to show people what a domestic violence experience looked like. Why to show people why they don't leave, like why you don't leave a relationship like that or something like that, because it's more complicated than that. But that was something we had to say. You need to talk to a psychologist team or somebody who can advise you on that, because you are going to trigger people. That is not a good idea. There's things where you have to say it's too real. It really is, man. So,
but it's an immersive environment to deal with stress, like in a safe like place like that.
You need somebody to say that that's a good idea or not, and I'm not the one to do that.
So was this an individual or was
it was a group? Yeah, it's a group that helps people like that. So they thought it would help,
looking to do good,
and it would like raise awareness and for like a fundraiser. But we had to say, that's probably not a good idea.
So where do you think the lines are though, to be like, all right, you want to immerse yourself in an environment, but what are the lines? Like at what sort of environments do you not want to immerse yourself in, even if it's
there's things like for veterans, like if you're in a gun battle or something, that might bring something up with people. So we try and look at it from all the angles and make sure it's accessible to people, and that everyone's gonna have a good time in there, because that's the last thing you want is for somebody to have some kind of bad experience.
Well, I mean, domestic violence.
We're always looking out. I know it's nuts, but I can see what they're saying.
Much PTSD out there.
They want it,
any type of trauma. Man.
So I stay up on the Twitter, man. So I see like what's going on with the world and how people are reacting. So yeah, we definitely bounce it off of like Twitter and stuff, and checking up on what other people are doing, taking advice of other people who've been there and done that.
Yeah.
And just using common sense too, which helps, to make sure that we don't put somebody in that situation where they're going to be like needing to call an ambulance or something, because VR is that powerful. It has the power to do that, to put you anywhere in any situation. And, you can use it for good, raise awareness for the oceans. That David Attenborough put something out like that. It can be amazing, man. You can go anywhere, do anything.
Like 360 on fucking Garbage Island. Like, is this real? And then just having little like rover just go and like you can just plug in and just, because it's like, isn't it like bigger than Texas or some shit like that?
There's like several of them now. I heard there's like a garbage patch in every ocean and that stuff. Yeah, like if you want to raise awareness for something, you put people in that scene, and then you have better results. You have more action.
Experience like breeds empathy. I mean,
yes, exactly. So and VR is an empathy machine.
It's the ultimate. Experience.
Yeah, so it can be used for
powerful.
Good, man. That's what we like to do. So we like to work with people who are doing experiments and stuff too, because you can track like where people are kind of like focusing their attention and where they're looking. Right. So like educational purposes and therapies and studies and stuff like that. There was one a long time ago about eyewitness accounts. So like you could perform these experiments in VR and gather all the data in there, and then it's all put on a spreadsheet for you and all tabulated and everything. Eyewitness scenes, they're really terrible. You can't count on an eyewitness. They're bad at recalling what happened. So you can put them in a scene, make something happen, a car accident or robbery or whatever, and then ask them to recall the details. In VR, you don't have to.
And this is used for a study.
For purposes of debunking the fact that people think eyewitnesses are worthwhile.
No, eyewitnesses suck.
Oh yeah,
they're not reliable,
your sister
man.
tell on you, like eyewitnesses suck.
So so you can kind of run experiments that way without the person. They're actually in that experience and experiencing it in real life as they would any other way in reality.
Imagine if they had this technology in Men in Black. When Will Smith went to that little thing, they had to shoot around. He'd be such a better Men in Black. He'd be such a
we
better
were just
MIB.
listening to that song last night too, man. We just put
Why?
on the Will Smith playlist.
We both immediately went to why.
I'm sorry, dude.
Why?
Summertime, man. That's a classic song. We're at a little barbecue.
No,
I did it.
There's
I put
no
Will
time
Smith
where
on.
I'm sitting at a cookout and the good guys dressed in black. Remember that?
It was a YouTube thing, man. It just came on afterwards.
Well,
but
I guess if
it
you got
started with
kids, that's
Summertime.
like the now that's music. Yeah, I mean, I mean, it might have been Kids Bop at some point. You know
I'm
what I mean?
hip, man. I'm with it.
It was
Will
now that's music 99 or something.
Is Will Smith the GOAT of the Smash single? That's some bullshit. Like, you think Men in Here
and
Come?
DJ
That's a Smash single. Miami, a Smash single. Boom, shake the room. Like that was a big
Wild Wild
I
West,
bought the
come
Code
on.
Red album. Wild Wild West. Like yo, Will Smith. Can we
Give it
can
up,
we shout out
give
to
it
Will
up for
Smith?
Will Smith.
Will, yes, he did. Parents ain't nothing but trouble. Like girls ain't nothing but trouble. Parents
I'ma
just
come-
don't understand.
I'm gonna do a
You saw my
blockbuster.
blinker? What was that?
Summertime don't fall in this. Summertime's big.
No,
Summertime
summertime is a classic.
That's what it
Summertime's
started
real.
with.
Summertime
I
is
put
a
it
Summertime's
on.
classic.
real. Summertime's real.
But
They do
But I'm
samples,
saying his
you
his
know.
longevity over the course of say like 20 years, and he got in the movies.
killing
And that's
it,
the thing
too.
is he got into the movies. He was in these blockbuster
Just a
movies.
Philly kid, dude.
and
Oh,
dropping
doing the
the
soundtrack
on
That's
them.
the smartest shit because that's what's
Like-
gonna keep you relevant. Like I got the hottest movie of the summer coming out, and I'm
And,
doing the
the
song.
single, like-
that's so I'm gonna stay hot. And now he's dropping freestyles on fucking Instagram and Vine and all that. Shit.
Yeah.
He's dropping freestyle, and he's like being braggadocious.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, you
Yep.
sit at your dinner table, what you
He's-
learned today. I
he's
sit
in
at the dinner table, like what I earned today. Like, I'm like, oh shit, Will Smith dropping bars on that ass, and you gotta
Always,
just
man.
take it because it's real.
He's Will.
You gotta take
He's
it.
Will.
He's Will. He's got Jada. You know his fucking kids
man.
are famous.
Yeah.
What that saying
fucking
goes,
Will.
you can take a player out of the game, but you can't take the game out of
can't
the
do
player.
that.
Is that
I
backwards? Did I make
He's
that
been
up?
mad humble
Yeah.
For too long.
For too like,
And that's what his
Lord,
freestyles are like.
yeah,
I've been humble for too long.
He's been humble for decades.
I've
like,
been humble.
Him
for
and
too
his
long.
wife is super successful too, man.
Yeah,
Give it
shout
up
out
for
to Will
Jada
Smith
too, man.
You know, the only bad thing that came out was they were swingers, which is, I guess. I mean,
I
but
don't
when
know,
you
man,
swinging
that
in,
is, I mean,
if
I
you
mean, if
swinging
that's your
in them
thing, that's your
circles,
thing.
You're
Listen, man,
super
they've been
rich. I don't
together.
know.
They really ain't had too many scandals,
looking at the
all
circles
types
they
of whatever.
swinging in, though.
Like, I mean, you know, I
They
don't know them
damn near-
personally. That's
they
not
damn
my-
near swinging with the Obamas. Like they not swing. Like they're
Yeah,
not
exactly,
swingers
yeah,
with somebody
like-
from Blanox.
Yeah,
Like they not. Nah,
they ain't
these-
Craigslisting motherfuckers. Like, you know what I mean? Like they ain't in alleyways. Like,
That's a billion that swingers party. Like
Back
Yeah.
page, man.
so, you know, that's a good situation to swing in. Like
and
so, other than that, they ain't really had nothing negative come out about him, and he
Nah.
just been sitting.
that's
sitting
how your
chilling.
marriage works. That's how your marriage works.
No
you know what I
Usher
mean?
herpes, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? No
True.
extraneous baby mamas. It's like
they're like super rich, man.
I
I
sit
doubt they
at
have
the
a-
dinner table. What you
You
learned
know,
today? I
no
sit at the
problem.
dinner table like what you earned today. Shout out to Will Smith. Sorry we got off track, but
Yeah,
Hey, man.
that was a great line from a great man.
I sit at the dinner table like what you earned today. I mean, learned today with my daughter. I know she ain't make no money.
Get that lemonade stand.
I'm
dude.
definitely
Wait for
pushing
that.
education.
Yeah, she she ain't
It's
make
important,
a dollar.
man. It's the most important thing.
Like, what is you
sure.
reading?
Yeah, like the last name Bailey ain't getting you shit.
That's true. You ain't gonna be able to tell nobody you know me.
Oh, man.
No, so I'm very interested. So like,
Let's go on.
what would be, what's like the weirdest or craziest thing that you've like where you've heard VR? They try to bring VR into it. Like, what's the craziest scenario? What are some like strange things that people are trying to incorporate VR into?
VR, dude, everything. They're trying to do it on everything, you know, even when it's not, you shouldn't do it. But yeah, like, oh gosh, there's just too much. But like, there's some cool stuff too, man. Like the mind control stuff where you're like, you know, you have a headset on that's measuring brain waves. Like we worked with a company like that where they want you to measure your brain waves, and then you perform an action in VR based on what you're thinking. So it's like you say open that door and you think it, and it
And it actually
calibrates
does
to your
it.
thoughts, and
Yeah.
then stuff happens.
That's wild as hell.
So they're
I
starting to get
see-
better
I
with
saw some
with all that
articles,
technology,
like,
and
yeah.
OpenBCI. They're doing great stuff with it. But they're, you know, processing those brainwaves. It's like a little bit crazy. You don't really know. You don't have enough sensors to kind of like get in there.
Yeah, we haven't figured it out. We haven't cracked
But
the
once
code
it gets
yet,
there,
but
man, it's gonna
yeah.
get wild. Like you
Can-
won't have to think. But it's great for people who are disabled. There's a guy with a computer chip in his head who can feed himself now with his like robotic assisted arms, completely paralyzed, able to think and take care of himself.
So he thinks of it and the arms react to his thought.
Like it's wired up to it. It's like implanted in your brain.
Dope.
Like I'm really, I get down with
dope.
that stuff.
That's dope as shit.
And
we have augmented bodies and shit.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna be a bionic motherfucker.
That little girl
man.
Tilly with the
if they offer upgrades.
Like I almost lost my arm skateboarding. So I almost would have had one of those things.
You almost lost your arm skateboarding.
Yeah, that's how I became graphic designer and stuff. I if you dislocate your elbow, PSA, don't pop it back in yourself. That's really stupid.
I would agree.
So I was like skating and dislocated my elbow, popped it back in, severed my artery, and then they transplanted a leg vein into my arm artery and stitched it back up, and it works.
Holy
good to go, man. It's a sweet scar, right? And I had these little holes in here from the traction device they screwed into my arm afterwards, and but that's when I was laid up. I had just gotten a job. I'd just gotten health insurance. That would have been like $80,000, man. Just the ambulance ride from the skate park was like $10,000.
You telling me to take a vein out of your leg?
Yeah, they were like,
put it into your arm is only $80,000.
Only, yeah. Topanga Mukherjee and Dr. Himes, man, hooked it up.
It was like $500,000 when I was in my accident.
Dude,
like, this shit was crazy.
Yeah,
I wish they'd have just moved the vein.
It was so many bills.
How the fuck do they take a vein out your leg? And
That's
put
what
it
I
in your
said, man.
arm?
Because I had to sign my arm off on a piece of paper. They said, "If we screw this up, man, we're gonna just take that thing off."
Ain't that fucked up how they give you these papers that you
well,
can't
you're on
not
the bench,
sign it?
like, yeah.
You're not gonna not sign it.
It made me feel better. There was an actual name for the procedure, so that was good. They're like,
"Yeah, there's a name for everything." Like if they'd have told me it was onomatopoeia, I'd have signed it. I don't know. Like I don't know.
They tried, man. But I would have had one of those. So I don't know. It'd be cool. But that whole, it's like not just VR, it's a whole ecosystem of technology, the augmented reality, virtual reality, what they're calling like mixed realities, all these kind of different realities we have.
So these people that can now think it and they got machines to be like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, so where's that going to go? Like
how much is that shit going to cost? Like who's going to be,
there's people
who's going to have access to that?
Like body mods and stuff. People are doing it themselves because the government won't regulate it. So they're like putting like RFID tags in their skin or NFC chips in their skin and doing all that. You put your bus pass in your hand or something.
They're like working on themselves and shit.
Yeah, they do DIY, man. Like injecting chips into your skin.
Like, that's crazy.
It's shit like
black
a movie.
market.
It's like a movie, duh.
That's that black market shit.
Man, that's where I'm thinking.
In
like
the gutters of London.
Is that where we are in life?
Man.
At some point, I figured life would catch up to the movies. I didn't think in my lifetime.
Yo, there's a dude somewhere in like a warehouse that you go into with like a bunch of dolls to get some back corner.
Right, gotta be Serbian.
Yeah, Serbian motherfucker to get like a augmented arm or some shit.
Yeah, man.
He's gotta have like a beard that's mostly stubble, but he's got a whole lot of money. Yeah, I mean, he drives an Audi that's like a warehouse out in West Bumblefuck.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean,
some sort of factory in the background.
He's got a hospital connect. He's got a legal team connect. Like, damn, like this shit is this shit is happening now.
It's
like,
getting
this
there,
is not
man.
some bullshit.
Nope, there are people doing it, but it's not like to the point where it's useful. Yeah, I mean they put magnets and stuff, and it can trigger something, or you like wave it over your phone, it'll do something. Stuff like that.
So women started the
nails.
technology.
Women are doing it with the nails, man. They have like fingernails, or you put it on like the tag, it'll light up.
Your phone.
It'll like light up and stuff. They light up.
But I mean, like,
girlfriend unlock your phone with her nails.
Imagine the type of technology you can have. Like, I mean, that's James Bond shit. Like, if you just slip some shit like that underneath your skin, like your palm, and it was something that just read whatever,
it'll unlock something or whatever.
Unlock a phone. Like, you can just control a phone like that. And somebody just waves their hand over there, and boom, and like
crazy.
They got all your
Keep
information.
That shit away from life.
Yeah, I mean that's so
like,
that away from life.
That's wild. Like, that's 007 shit. That's Mission Impossible.
It's getting there, but they're using it. Yeah, that guy that was paralyzed, they used the brain chip implant, and he can like plug the computer into his head. Like it's Matrix, dude. Like Matrix stuff, man.
On some,
yeah,
you gotta sit in the chair and that shit get dislodged.
Lawrence Fishburne's there.
Took the nigga chest out. Like, oh nah, I'm done with that. I gotta die,
there, man. Because think about it, when you dream, like how real are dreams, right?
Oh, well, I mean,
we go there. We want to get like
again. I got Cogito Ergo Sum tatted on my back. I mean,
yeah,
like, I think
man.
Therefore, I am because, like I said, there is no real discernment between reality and like your dreams. Like anything you could come up in your dreams. And be like, oh, I'll pinch myself or whatever. Like you can just do that in your dream. Like you have no idea. Like,
so how long is it gonna take for us to process that into using our brains as the graphics processor instead of a computer? Like you get a chip implanted in your head, and it allows you to dream while you're awake, or to like see what you want to see, or see what they program you to be able to see. And that's kind of where I think where it's headed, man. Where you're not like Elon Musk, he got billions of dollars. He's gonna do something like that at some point.
So pro digital VR, like where do you guys fall in? Because
we are on everything, man. Like we are all over the place. We can do anything, anytime. It's a matter of like, what are your resources and how crazy do you want it to get?
What
like that's
resources?
It.
Yeah.
What are your resources?
Because a lot of people they're not aware. They're like, oh, we got how far do you want to take it? Because that's how I do, man. Yeah, give my little CTO voice on there.
What's that check like? What you trying? Go to Fiji but sit in your living room? That check is gonna cost you much.
What your O's looking like?
Man.
Yeah, I mean, show me your O face.
Stuff like shooting VR video and stuff. That's cheap. That's a cheap way to do it. But actually building the experience in VR, like with actual physical, like 3D objects and all that kind of stuff, is a lot more work.
And you started just fucking around or farting around or however you saying at the crib.
Yeah, man, I fart around too and all that, dude. Yeah,
it's just
messing with code, but that's what's cool is like what Kalani was talking about when you guys were talking to her, man. It's you just learn.
I don't think he's cursing at all.
Oh, you're not cursing at all.
I'm trying not to.
He's got it. He's working with like governments and shit.
Yeah,
we can't be cursing. We'll do all of that for you.
Oh, you just wait. We start talking about like privacy and stuff, man. You'll get the drunk uncle coming out. Like my kids are tired of hearing this stuff.
No,
like you got to be careful.
I was gonna go there, so we will go there.
Oh yeah,
with all this technology, there's all these
get all crazy uncle
policies and all this shit that we would like to approach.
Oh gosh, yeah. Like with Facebook and stuff. Okay. There's a dude, Kent Bai, who has an awesome podcast where he talks it's called Voices of VR. He does all kinds of interviews with people, and he's really trying to get Oculus, who's owned by Facebook. He's trying to get them to commit what their privacy policy is. What are you doing? What are you doing with all this? The Rift is an Oculus device, and they have a bunch of other ones that are just coming out where it's standalone. It's like this thing, but with the phone's kind of included in it. It's a standalone system. And this dude, so you have eye tracking ability, so you can track where people are looking, like what you're looking at in VR, and then you got all that other data associated with your Facebook account, and then you got this experience that they're giving you. So what are they going to use it for, man? Of course, to sell it to people, what you're doing, to track you, and to find out what you're doing. Man, if you know where you are, they know what you're looking at.
If you aren't paying for the product, you are the product.
Yep.
That's exactly what it is.
That's what, man.
When they were like, oh my God, they sold our information, and these people was like, that's what they do.
You sold your information.
Yeah.
You the one talking about to go take a shit.
Yeah.
Oh, wifey bought toilet paper. Like, you putting all your business out there. You putting name brands in your posts.
You are the product, man.
You're tagging your location. Like, you doing all this shit to yourself.
All that.
There was like a website called comerobme.com or something. I think they tried to get it taken down. But anytime someone would check in on Foursquare or something, they're not home. Anytime somebody checks in somewhere or does something, they know you're not there. So it's like trying to raise awareness. You got to be more
careful. Come rob me. I'll come up. I ain't got shit, but I'll forge it on the insurance claim.
My kids are gonna know. Man.
I got 7 diamond rings in the crib.
Yep. You gotta teach your kids, man, not to be careful on the internet. Be careful what you're doing out there because they can find out a lot about somebody. You can be a little detective and get weird.
Well,
with
that's
it real
what
quick.
I have the whole it's education versus censorship.
Yeah,
because you can't really censor just about anything these days. I mean, like these kids have access. They have access to the internet with a device. They're gonna find a way to get, I mean, most things. Like, and the thing is there's so much shit out there. It's like I would rather you have that access and me have a conversation, versus trying to just hide it and do all this, extra or whatever. And I mean,
you gotta allow them to explore because that's the life they're going into. Everybody gonna be a part of it, so you can't hide them from it.
And when you have that understanding, you understand how easy it is to see other people's shit, and then you become more conscious because you're like, oh shit, I see dude throwing up all this, it, and the other. I'm like, I can't believe people do. I'm not gonna do that. As opposed to trying to shelter them and being like, they don't know what's out there or whatever. And then when they get into it, they're just lopsidedly putting up shit or whatever. And it's
you gotta be careful, man. It's definitely an education when you start doing that stuff. And I'm trying to keep my kids away from it, but they know, man. They hear me ranting all the time, man, about privacy and all those webcams and any camera, like they're recording it, everything, and microphone devices and all this stuff.
Yeah, your PlayStation, all that shit. Then you got to connect on the Xbox.
It's Big Brother.
Oh,
man.
Alexa snitch ass. Telling telling
there's
everybody.
a case about a dude who was accused of murder, and he cleaned up the crime scene at 3 a.m. Well, guess what? They used his Alexa and asked what the water usage was. He had it connected to his water, and they found out he used like 300 gallons of water at 3 a.m, right after he supposedly would have committed a crime.
Wow.
Busted, dude. You just got told on.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's where technology's taking you. The more connected it gets, there's a reason it's called the Internet of shit.
I mean, that's the thing is that like I just don't feel like you can even hide anything for real. Like there's privacy, like there's things that I won't post, you know what I mean? But for the most part,
like I want people not to post pictures of my kids.
Yeah,
like that Facebook thing where they can tag you, man. Like I don't know. No. Deleted my account. But like with kids, man, like it is weird. People are weird out there. So you never know, man.
Facebook fucked me up when they start telling me that there was photos that I might be in that I wasn't tagged in.
Right.
And I was like, wait a minute, bruh. Hold on.
How do they know this?
How you even know that I'm supposed to be associated with this person?
Every time I walk into a place, Google is like, why don't you take some pictures while you're there, bruh?
Like,
I mean, you there.
Location data, man.
We know you there.
They know
like,
everywhere.
Let everybody else know you there
years.
and take some pictures while you're there, bruh. Like,
yeah,
everywhere
dude,
you go.
They do that to me.
Yeah. Like,
I did it. I did it once or twice.
Facebook,
man.
there's events near you.
Yeah, it's like this ain't right, though. You
Yeah,
got to think about the
but
deeper implications.
but I can't give up Google. I mean, my phone is my computer. Like I don't have like a laptop. Like I have access to a laptop. Like, but like my phone is my laptop. Like, so I don't have the ability to just disconnect from Google and all. A lot of people
don't, and you know, the part of being responsible in the tech industry is kind of going by the wayside, and in light of profits and all that other. They don't care, man. They're making billions, like you said. You could lose $5 billion. It ain't no thing. It's just a daily occurrence for Mr. Zuckerberg. So
with VR and privacy, where do you think privacy can be compromised with VR? Like, are people tapping into what you're trying to connect to, or your thoughts, or how they like? Where's
all your behavior, man. And there's programs, with artificial intelligence, they can analyze that behavior, where you're looking, what you're looking at, how long you looked at it. Mm-hmm. Like with the eye tracking technology, it's going to get a lot worse. And before, it's not going to get better, really, because they found out they can do this and they're just doing it.
So we fucked.
But pretty much. So
okay. Just let us know.
The only thing is like what Kalani is saying. She's working on blockchain and stuff. And that is one of the keys to the problem of self-sovereign identity, which is the concept of us owning our data and deciding who gets to use it. Like having our own, like a social security card, but for the metaverse, for the
So maybe I misinterpreted blockchain, because I thought blockchain is what's connected this program to this program to this. So I thought
like
it would further.
It's basically a ledger, but it creates secure connections. So like you can't kind of like hack the data unless you have the key to the data, which people do use.
So everybody has their own sort of like
you have
fingerprint,
your, like, personal like security.
So with
key.
a mortgage, they go ask for your blockchain
if you
code.
Want somebody else to have it, you can give it. So like they're still working on solving that problem, but how do you create your identity online and have ownership of it without it being exploited or them casting votes in your name or something like that, where you run into so many problems. But
so
it's nuts.
Let me ask you this: do you think like the mom and pop spots are gonna come back? Like when we get to a point where everything's so connected, everything you walk into, this is a spot, and they asking you, or you look on your. I walk to this spot, Facebook. Thing, like I go into Banana Republic, and all of a sudden I got 7 emails with coupons. Like I might go shop at Jamil's. Like I might go to the spot that ain't hooked up to all this to get my stuff. Because you know what?
Welcome to West Virginia.
It's safe.
Man. They don't even. Take
it's safe. Like the.
I think that will be a thing that like you will offer a private place where you're not being tracked, your Wi-Fi is not being logged, and all that kind of stuff. Because it's just.
Can they offer that through a secured connection in the Wi-Fi? Like, I'm not tech savvy at all.
You'd use like VPN or something like that,
Don't know what that means, but okay.
Virtual private network, I think.
Yeah, that's what everybody keeps telling me to get, man. They said like it's like $80 a year or something like that for a VPN.
It's so crazy because
to hide that shit.
Kinda,
I'm gonna probably need to do that shit to get back on fucking Twitter, man.
It's so crazy because think about our age.
For motherfucking
That's
life.
bullshit.
Because I'm 32 days around that age, and I'd imagine you're around that age. Like we lived in a we lived in a society where, remember when you used to like look, and if your Wi-Fi was secure, you felt like, you know what I mean? That was my Wi-Fi. You need a password to go. That shit don't mean nothing no more.
Nothing mean nothing.
Nothing mean nothing.
It's a constant battle. The dudes that are exploiting that stuff are doing it faster than you can keep up fixing it.
I am a fan. Well, because here's the thing: is that it spurs technology. You know what I mean? Like it's a constant race. And me being on the pirate side of things, I particularly enjoy a lot of that.
Yeah,
I mean, there are some advantages to pirating.
That's why I like an Android over an iPhone, because there's so much more shit that you can do with that. Like, there's so many free programs and like hacked shit. Like, there's so many apps that I shouldn't have that but iPhone you couldn't download them.
But see, I don't
know why is that? Like, why can't you crack the iPhone?
iPhone is like a wide walled garden, man. It's they want this control over the hardware, because you can actually flip bits in a hardware system, like in a memory. You can overload it with electricity and cause it to malfunction. That'll give you an opening into the computer system behind it. So yeah, they want to control every process, and that's why I waited till like this year to get an iPhone. I had, for work, we had to like publish to it, so I had to get a Mac. I waited as long as possible because that is exactly why. You can't build a computer that's a Mac. You can build a PC that runs on Windows. You can mess with an Android phone, but Apple keeps that stuff from you so that they try and keep control over it.
So
what are to buy into it?
What are the sweet spots of technology? And by this I mean, for example, I got Apple Music, right? And so Apple Music allows me to quote unquote pirate a person's album, because I pay $10 a month to get access to all the music there. They do the work to get your album, then I get your album. Yeah. What are the sweet spots in technology where like I can do something to get something, but I ain't gotta give a lot of information? Or
There's no such thing as a free lunch. I think it's the saying there, man. Everything costs a little bit, and a lot of times if it's free, man, there might be malware on there that's gonna be logging your keys and stuff like that.
Better get that virus protection.
That antivirus, yeah, man.
And everybody's guarding their keystrokes for different reasons. Like some of them is because I got good credit, my social security number may be compromised. Some of it's because we didn't want our girlfriend to know that we was on Pornhub at the crib when she was like, it's crazy. So knowing all this, like, how does this affect? Do you walk around with a higher conscience of just everything than like the average guy like me? I don't know.
It's hard not to be pessimistic, I guess, man.
Yeah,
it's like everything is just, they're just watching you always, man. There's cameras everywhere, and then you add facial recognition technology and AI to it, and it's going to be a problem that we don't know how to deal with, because no one. It's like Jurassic Park, man. It's what Jeff Goldblum said. You just wanted to do
Jurassic Parks?
You just did it, but like you didn't think why. Like you didn't stop to think, why am I doing this, or what's going to happen? The consequences, man. Nobody thinks that far ahead.
Aren't they coming out with like a new Jurassic Park?
Oh, they are.
Why the fuck do they keep making? Why do white people keep wanting to live? And I'm gonna ask you,
I know, it's like, just put those dinosaurs in the cage.
Why do white people want to live with dinosaurs so badly? Like, it's just not a good idea. Like, I don't even go into your house if you got a beware of dog sign in your window. I'm not coming in your crib.
Just put a sign. Like, keep those dinosaurs in the cage. Let me just.
Why the fuck they keep trying? But it's crazy. Like,
let's just try this. Let's just see what. Yeah,
it's weird because I feel like
a lot of tech's like that, man. Jurassic Park.
It's weird in tech like that, where in tech you can create an experience that you can't live that out organically.
Right.
But we weren't satisfied with that. We were like, you know what? Let's create some shit that you can live organically or consistently. And so now we're just pushing the envelope to the point where it's just like, nah, this shit's ridiculous. Like, all the criminals get access. You got motherfuckers getting PTSD, you know what I'm saying? Callbacks from some fucking virtual reality shit. Like, where is this tech going to end? Like, at what point are we going to be satisfied?
We're never going to be satisfied. Question. That's what we are as humans, man. Yeah. Humans should never be satisfied, because once you're satisfied, you're dead, man. 99.9% of all species are extinct. Species extinct. 99.9% of all the motherfuckers. Death is the way. The only way you won't fucking do it is evolve.
Yep.
Stop evolving.
But, I mean, how much do you really give a fuck about the human species? Because your life cycle has a date, dog.
I mean, that's what kids, you want to keep it on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what your seeds are. Like, you want to keep the thing going.
Look, my seeds, I want them to live to 100, and then I want them to come chill with me in whatever paradise I'm in, and we're gonna have some of this mindful. You know what I mean? We're gonna have some of this medicinal that's now legal. Me and my son and my daughter gonna have mindful and medicinal in 2150. You know what I mean? We're gonna be chilling.
Who knows,
and I don't give a fuck about whether or not these young kids is going to the real Jurassic Park. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to be around no dinosaur. Like, fuck these kids.
Man.
Right?
That's the problem with
terrible.
tech. Like tech doesn't think ahead, man, and it's also not diverse enough yet. So
It's a terrible thing to say. That's the realest shit ever said on the podcast.
yeah.
I gave it to 2150. Like, that's my kids and they kids.
Come on, man. Yeah, why do you
And
think
maybe
all
they
these
kids and kids. Like, how many generations I gotta give a fuck about?
Yeah.
These motherfuckers
Okay.
born in 2125. We don't relate, dog.
Yeah,
Like, we not in the same.
we ain't even the same. You know what I mean?
The
You
three-
like diluted a few times. Like, you know what I mean? We
doing
only
some different shit.
Yeah.
Like it's different. Like, all right, Martin Luther King, he was born in what, 1929? He could look at me born in 86 or look at my son born in 2000 and when was my son born? 2016?
Yeah.
And he could kind of understand him. You know what I mean? Like, all right, there were some technological advances, cool. But me born in 1986 and this motherfucker born in 2125, our lives, nigga, I don't understand
what do you think about the
dealing with.
16th century? You know, yeah, like what do you see from that?
well,
but there's a
But
reason.
I mean, I look like, you know, I just look at it like you do what you can do here and now.
Yeah.
There's got to be a balance. You know what I mean? Like,
Take your
trying
kids
to
to the
make-
you
afterlife.
just try to like if you
roll one up
just
and drink mine.
if all you really like, you ain't got to worry about 2150 and 2200 or whatever. If you just take care of like 2020, you know what I mean, 2018. You know what I mean, like you got to do like a couple years in advance, like just a little, you know, like because if you leave and you make the world just a little bit better than what you left it, then like, and you teach that and you tell your kids and say, hey, when you go, just leave it a little bit better. Like
That's
you,
the corporate
you know what I
way
mean?
of
That's
saying what I just said. He like, fuck these kids in 2017, 2117. He don't give a fuck about these kids in 2117. He don't care about them.
Here's something for you.
well-
Top 3 richest people in the world, man. Why are they trying to get to space so damn bad? Why are they trying to colonize Mars?
Because space ain't real and they trying to prove it.
Okay, you got
Can you believe this man is about to be in the Smithsonian Museum?
Yes, I am.
He's
Yes,
gonna-
I am. And don't and keep fucking around. I'm
I'm
gonna throw
telling
a
you, man.
space ain't real in there. So you keep talking shit.
space ain't real. No, man. You got Elon
about to
Musk,
be in
you
the
got
Smithsonian,
Jeff
immortalized.
Bezos, and you got
Space ain't
Richard
real.
Branson all starting space. They all, the richest people, want to get to space. They want to colonize Mars immediately. Why is that? Because they know this planet's fucked. We're all in it. They know because they're the richest people in the world. They have a little
Well, listen,
ear to
man,
the ground on
science will
that.
tell you,
So
like,
we
I
ain't-
mean,
you can't sustain this.
Yeah,
what we're
this
doing.
is this existence on this planet, like that's
Yeah,
cool.
it's just
Yeah, I mean, we did it. That was
Yeah.
nice, but like, we're gonna have to get off at some point. There's only but so much chance before motherfucking rock hits us again. Like that's just
anything, man. A
That's
greenhouse
yeah. Like
or-
we're a whole ass like galaxy within galaxies and within like I mean a whole universe and shit
the
like that.
most insignificant
The
you
most
could get,
insist-
you
it's
know?
we're a speck of dust. It's only a matter of time before that speck of dust hits
None of
another
that
speck of
sounds
dust.
ridiculous to y'all. None of that.
It's
None of
another
that sounds
speck of
a little
dust.
little bit ridiculous.
Think
to
of
you.
how
Another speck of
absurd
dust.
they
They gonna
are,
go
man.
to
So
another
if you're gonna increase
same
your
solar
chances of
system,
survival,
spend
you
billions
should
of
you
dollars
should
to go to
expand to other specks. It's just like anything
You can't.
from
But here's the thing about expanding that. The motherfucker working at Kroger's, he can't afford to go to. His family ain't making it, dog.
Yep.
So you only talking when you're talking about
Rich.
the 1% that owns 90 whatever percent of the wealth. That ain't gonna do it.
Nope.
That ain't gonna do it. Because
You
you
gotta
know what's
start
gonna
paying
happen when
people more is
motherfuckers get to
really what
Mars?
happens, man.
They're gonna try to own countries in Mars. Like they ain't
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
try to be
Totally,
together. They're gonna try to own Western Mars, Antarctica Mars. Like
yeah.
they
Whoever gets
No, I
there
mean
first,
that's humanity, man. Like,
Now you talking about
and that's why
incest?
that's why they say like you mean there's a theory that we don't see other beings because they basically kill themselves off before they can ever get off the planet. You know what I mean?
Basically.
Like, and that's what you know. It's just like shit. If you
man.
if you looking at this very top down, you know what I mean? Like you said, the 1% or whatever, and that's gonna turn humanity into a whole. Like we're spreading like a virus. We have the resources and the technology to move forward in so many ways. But again, intellectual.
Who's holding the strings, right? Like,
Yeah,
that's
and
It
it.
ain't
like-
us because if you talk about UFOs and shit, that
Yeah.
mean our technology ain't shit here.
There ain't no UFOs though. That's the thing is that they think we haven't hit life because life. But by the time it
Can
gets
you
to
see
the
those videos they put out, right? Those the Navy videos and stuff.
before they can get off the planet, they kill
Well,
themselves.
UFOs ain't coming from this planet though. UFOs is coming from a different
There
planet.
ain't no UFOs on this planet, man.
So you're telling me that we are the only planet populated by an intelligent species?
No, I'm saying that we personally have not been visited by any other species.
You don't believe in space either.
I believe in space.
You haven't seen that video, dude? The Navy
space.
pilot, the pilot stuff, the little pill, and it's like accelerating at like insane amounts of speed. They can't. Yeah. You got 12 trained Navy pilots.
You know what? I might even thinking about it because I've heard some. I might not be able to say that we haven't been visited. There's definitely life out there, so I know that for the fact. There's life out there. Have we been visited? I don't know. There's
life
a lot
in
of
much more unlivable conditions, and so for them to be able to live and
but
adapt.
the thing is that like here's the thing though, if there is life out there and they're able to do all the shit that they're doing,
if they can get here, they don't.
Clearly, they've deemed us worthy to have any type of.
Which would mean that the tech that we have ain't shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we ain't too much of nothing right now. Like they're like, look at it. It's like a park for like imagine this being like an alien park where they'll just like come in.
Earth, we ain't shit. And we the motherfucker.
It's like Men in Black, dude.
We the Hazelwood of the galaxy, dog. Yeah, we the Hazelwood.
And when the rad fucking malfunctions, that's when you see a blip and they're like, oh sorry, like this won't happen again, and then they peel off. Like yeah, we might just be a zoo for some motherfuckers,
that shit makes
man.
me kind of believe in space, because space could just be a larger representation of how a city works. Like, Earth could be like the fucking Helmwood of fucking, you know what I mean? Where it's like, we invested in this new tech that's finna happen. So now Earth is livable. So then all of a sudden this alien go come from Pluto and fuck with Earth.
All I know is this side of the galaxy is popping.
Like they try look, Pluto was popping.
I guess
Pluto was popping. It was the suburbs.
Hey, we got Will Smith on this planet.
Yeah,
they can't say that. You know?
I mean,
Pluto was the suburbs, but now everybody trying to get closer to the sun.
Oh, bro. True. I'll put Will Smith up in any motherfucking galaxy wide
rap battle.
Like
Earth finna get gentrified. Earth is finna get gentrified. That's fucked up.
And what would that look like?
When the green chins come, like, you know what I mean? Like,
what is that gonna look like, though, man? We're so unprepared.
When everybody just be like, you know what? That was all bullshit. Like,
God damn.
Like, oh fuck.
With all the knowledge,
why are we fighting again?
Dude, with all the knowledge at our fingertips, it's amazing. People think the Earth is flat, stuff like that, man. You're not gonna, you can't fix that, man.
That motherfucker went up in the rocket. Did you see that motherfucker? He was a flat earther. He wanted to prove that the Earth was flat.
It was like his 10th attempt.
He went up in the fucking rocket, and like it went up, and I think it was like something like 1,000 feet.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even like
he could have gotten a hot air balloon and done better, dude.
I mean, that's
like 1,000 feet. He rocketed up.
He made it himself. Like I don't know what all he's done.
I respect that. But like one, he's doing it to prove the Earth is flat. And then he gets up, and then like they said, it just fucking like it just went all the way back down, like
gravity,
straight the fuck down.
baby, yeah, gravity.
And he like deployed the shit, and he came out, and then like he like floated, but it was too hard, so he had to deploy another one, and then he smacked into the fucking ground, and he got carted off in an ambulance and shit like that. It was like straight out of a fucking.
Isn't that a metaphor or what?
It's like a straight Wile Coyote. Like
I respect him because he's one of the most. That's a level of ingenuity that I've never. You know, what I mean,
I don't know if respect is the right word.
I can't even. I could only dunk a basketball if I had a good breakfast, and that's 12 feet off the ground. This motherfucker made it 1,000 feet there.
Yeah, I can make 1,000 feet in the air with an elevator. Like,
but you ain't do that. But look though, so I think the takeaway from this episode is that Earth will be gentrified. You guys gotta accept that. Otherwise, I'm gonna be talking about space ain't real. We finna get gentrified by aliens.
It's not just VR. It's the next level. What's gonna happen after VR?
I don't even know if we'll be gentrified. If we live long enough to be gentrified, we will. But like, if not, then they'll just come over and just take over the shit that's like.
I mean, what do we have that's of use to anybody here?
I'm sure we got elements.
We got grits.
Yeah, I mean, we got elements on this planet.
If you have the technology, to make it here, you're probably good. You're probably good. I don't know about the
technology.
They don't want no Kardashian reruns.
If we're the like exhibit, like if we're like the zoo animals in space,
yep.
I don't think anybody gives a fuck about like our technology.
I think it's like we're gonna,
but they're gonna steal our resources. So they're gonna come to Earth and be like, "Oh, they got all this fucking dirt, bruh,
rap music." No, like they got cool
dirt and fucking air. We need all that shit.
All right, so
We got way off track, huh, man?
No.
Technology will take you there, though.
You talking about virtual
Technology,
reality? It's like a real.
medicinal.
We're gonna have, like, I'm
like
telling you, man.
brewing. The battleship.
We're getting mindful here, man. There's so much,
BPA.
though.
You almost got
There's
me to admit that
Hennessy.
space is real, but nope.
No,
So,
you think space isn't real?
space is not real? You can't prove
How
me.
so?
You can't prove me wrong.
No.
Have you been there?
Got me. Nailed it. Nailed it. Like,
And here's the thing: you have not even been as far as that Wildy Coyote rocket either. So.
That's all
Oh,
I'm
man.
saying. So let the people know where they can find you.
all right, man. ProDigitalVR.com. You can hit me up on email, Sean at ProDigitalVR. If you guys need anything, I'm here always. Make it happen.
Alter your
Anything,
reality.
any, yeah,
There you
like-
go.
Alter your reality.
I gave you that tag. You
We
can
had
have it.
what?
Ed's
We're
the hit
uh,
maker.
we're a research and production laboratory. That's what we focus on. So we produce, we research, and we produce. So yeah, man.
You got to get the shiny cars now. You know what I mean?
did-
You
I-
gotta you gotta,
Your
you
car's
know
got
what
to
I
be
mean?
clear, and you got to
go
black
straight-
like them motherfuckers.
You got to go straight
We're gonna
American
have,
Psycho, man. Like,
We're in a little AR tag on our cards here. We gotta get them printed though, man. I made some homemade ones for this event up at Shell Games recently, man. There's like everyone's laughing at them, but I had to. We were in a pinch, man. I had to go to Walmart and print photo paper on little business cards on photo paper, cut them up and paste them together, dude. They're all sticky and
That's
glue.
dedication.
It
Yeah,
was
that's
so
the hustle,
bad,
man.
man.
That's
It's so bad.
I
I gotta get them ordered. We're just slacking. We're so busy.
Like, you're saying, like, you're all bashful and shit, and like we just got fucking filmed in VR, man.
Yeah, we
Like,
did.
Y'all gonna be able to, if y'all listening right now, you can go online and see us. You can sit in a room with us, man.
Yeah, man.
Like, this is, I forgot
Yeah.
that it was like, not that I forgot, like I just didn't, I guess, like, really, it didn't sink in. I was gonna
Right.
be filmed,
Yeah, man.
in
Right.
VR. Like, yeah, I mean,
And I'm not even sure. These cameras look like they might have died, man, which is not good. But I'm gonna extract some
that one's
clips.
still alive, right?
Oh, is it? I can't tell, man.
It's got the light on still. Or maybe that's
Are
the
they?
light reflecting on that little.
Yeah, man, I'm about to check it out. We're gonna get some clips though. We'll extract some goodies
that's cool.
out of when it's filmed.
I'm just trying to bring sexy back.
just
man.
a little something, man.
let the-
I'm telling you, I would love to film your guys' shows, like on your stand-ups and all that, in
I
VR
wear
and stuff, and
motherfucking VR
because we're
shit on my
trying to
hat.
make like an app where like people can film like local events in VR, upload it to the app, and then monetize it like YouTube does, where the artist is gonna make the money because that's what I come from the creative field. I started skateboarding and filming and photography and web development, all that kind of stuff, and filming in VR. And it would be cool, man, to have people be able to monetize their content in VR, but also have people experience that stuff.
Hey, if you need a guinea pig, Drinking Partners is here.
That's what I'm all about, it, man. That's why
We
I
do
came to you
shows
guys in
all the
first
time,
place,
twice
man.
a month. Catch us June
Exactly,
16th
so-
at Arcade Comedy Theater and June 30th at Comptra Theater.
Go see a show,
Even
and
this
then
motherfucking release party June 12th at Sienna Mercado with the motherfucking
Love that synergy, dog.
Viceland and
That's
Beerland,
an alley oop.
Just
like
rolls
a
right out the
motherfucker. That's
tongue,
172 episodes happening, and y'all didn't even
I didn't be
realize.
talking about it.
172, and you ain't even realize. They let the people know where they can find us.
If you're looking for us, you can find us on epicastnetwork.com/partnerspot. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Libsyn, and Google Play.
We Googleable.
Under Drinking Partners. You can find us on IG, Twitter, and Facebook at Partnerspot.
Hey, listen, man. We want to thank Sean Steezy for coming through.
thank you for having me, man.
Thank you for the enlightening conversation. Just to
That
let me
was-
know.
we went left.
It goes crazy, man.
It
It's all
wasn't
so
left.
much.
It was all relative to what he does because what he alters your reality.
There's
Like it's
so
just
much,
crazy.
man.
To be honest, like I wish Alex DePula would have been in this episode.
Yeah.
Imagine
Yeah.
how that conversation with Alex.
He'd get me murdered. He'd talk about how he could get away with murder with this shit. And
Yeah. We use VR to control autonomous robots. Yeah, man, you get weird.
Yeah,
People
like,
get,
Shout out to Mindful for lubricating
Yeah, thank
this
you, man.
conversation, man.
Word,
Like,
delicious.
Did you enjoy this?
This beer is delicious, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find some of that.
What is your beer style? Like,
all
is
of
this
it,
thing you don't
yeah.
like
Like
that?
I like the bigger percentages, man. This is a good one. So
you got,
Like,
you
I like
gotta
I like
love
everything,
to get
man.
fucked up because you like to
Yeah,
alter
dude.
reality. Like I
Alter
know
my own
you
reality,
like
man.
to get fucked up, but no, we want to thank you for coming through, man. It was definitely an enlightening conversation.
Indeed,
Just
appreciate
talk
it,
about
man.
where the world is going. I mean, tech's a big thing.
Yeah.
It
and
is.
the thing about tech is like a lot of the average Joes don't know shit about what's going on, and so we gonna get
But a lot
passed
of- yeah,
up.
man.
We don't, you know what I mean?
Access and education, man.
It is. It's really important,
Which you can
man.
get at Fresh Fest on August 11th on the Threadbeer Insider. This is fucking telling us.
FreshFestBeerFest.com.
Please, yes, man.
Hey, as always, Drinking Partners is the crew. Epicast is the family, and we out of here.
Peace. Mic drop.